This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. I'm delighted today to be joined with the man with the English belt, the bantamweight champion, Jordan Purkiss. How are you, mate?
Very well, Lewis. Thank you.
I'm all doing good, man. I'm all doing good. Just had a recent announcement, June 17th, you're back out at the Brentwood Centre. Not too far from you. It must sort of feel good on to fight on home territory.
Yeah, honestly, it's like 15 minutes, 10 minutes from my house, so I should have a good support there. A lot of people from my area, so yeah, it should be a good night.
How good is it now to be back out, sort of, you think about, your last fight was sort of in March, obviously that was a pushback date, then 3 months later fighting in June. Must still a good feeling to sort of be keeping active and defending that English title as quick as you possibly can?
Yeah, that's. I spoke to a few people and they said when you win titles you sort of hold back on your fights and it takes longer, so I was a bit worried about that, but it doesn't seem to be the case with me, so I'm happy that I'm keeping active.
What's it like now? This is your 7th fight, and this, first English defence. People are still fighting, warm-ups to their 7th fight. So, what is that to you? Where, no matter early in your career, you're still getting these 50-50 fights, and you're getting in there, and you're fighting guys who are really going to come to win, not just come to cover up.
I think it's better. Like, you can perform better. You can obviously work on what your weaknesses are. You've got someone actually coming at you, so you can do better things instead of someone just shelling up. But also, it's to prove what level you're at. If you can take these fights and win, then it shows you're at a higher level each time. Every fight, I seem to improve. Every fight, I get better. I've already done things better in this camp than I did last camp, so it just proves that what I'm saying is true. So yeah, I feel like bigger fights, better fights every time to see how far I can go.
In boxing, people always say in fights, every fight you're stepping up the levels, and that seems exactly what you said there. Every single time you're stepping up a level. How important is it to keep trying, finding new levels? You might feel like you've already reached the ceiling, but there's 2 or 3 floors above that. How important is it to get that in boxing?
Honestly, you don't really actually realise, like on the track, I'm already on progress to beat my times for last camp. I've already started lifting heavier on numerous equipment from my last one, so it shows. I can see it myself, but I like the fact that other people see it too. After I fight, people are like, "Oh, I didn't know you could get better, but you've got better," which I love to hear, because obviously that's what I'm striving to do. Will's striving to do that. Ian's striving to do that. So it just proves that it's capable and it's easily done. If you put the work in, you can get there.
You just mentioned the track there. How important is the track in your training? I always see it on your stories, you're always doing like ridiculous amounts of laps, but how important is that for, there's all different types of ways you can train, but finding a way for yourself where you find the benefits of it, of a track. How important is it for you, and how much do you sort of enjoy it if you do?
So before boxing, I actually ran for Essex. I did like cross country. I used to do 1500, 800. So I like the track. It's hard. Everyone moans. Harley moans. I moan. Bilal moans, Thomas Galbraith moans, but we all get it done, you know what I mean? And it shows our fitness levels. We are very fit, stable, so, but we merge it. So we'll have strength and conditioning one day, we'll have normal boxing one day, we'll have track one day. So we push it all together so that it all works in tandem. For example, replicating rounds on the track, but putting more effort in, or taking your foot off the gas in a round when you need that energy back. So yeah, it helps massively, and it is good. Yeah.
Do you have a lot of races on the track?
No one races me because I'm too fast. Like even ask Kahara, but like he said, "Oh, you're just a different level." So, but I push myself, and I've had a deal with John about the show as well. If I can break a 5-minute mile, that he'll give me a better percentage. So I'm already on target to beat that. Trust me.
He's going to be paying up soon, that's for sure, definitely. You just mentioned there about you all sort of like pushing yourself on the track. What is it where you can learn from? I just asked the same question to Bilal, but how you can learn from everyone in the gym. Take pieces of pages from their book, and pages from OD's book, and pages from all other fighters' books in your gym. And I'm sure people take pages from your book where you can all add it into being the most complete fighter that you possibly can.
Look, listen, our gym, our stable, we're very close knit. Like, we're basically family. We all support one another. We all help each other. We all tell each other what we're doing wrong, what we can do better. There's no egos here. We all go to the shows together. Like me and Hara went to a show on Friday together. Do you know what I mean? We actually push each other to strive to do better. So I feel like when other gyms you go there, it's not like that. There's egos. There's people that they don't necessarily care about their teammates. They're not as supportive. So when we have that, we all literally can help share things with one another. Hara could tell me what I could do better on my jab, and then I could try and reciprocate something for him. So it works so well as a team.
Moving on, when you look at your next fight after this, getting an English title defence, how far would you say you're off? And I know you'll say to me you want it now, but how far would you say you're looking at a British and Commonwealth title, like potentially waiting there in the next fight, would you say?
See, I feel like, as you said, I feel like I'm ready now. A lot of other people, a lot of my team feel like I'm ready now, but Leaf says he wants me to have this last fight. It is a big test, it is the hardest opponent to date. It should be a hard fight, but if I come through that, then definitely British or Commonwealth after that. Lee's already announced that there's so many names that I can have next, Sean being one of them. So we'll see. And he's also said I can maybe go back to Superfly or Bantam, wherever the best opportunity is, we'll take. But both of them weights are fine for me.
Names you've always said to Sean McGoldrick's obviously one of them. Chris Bourke, guys like this. What do you sort of make of domestically the British sort of bantamweight level?
To be honest with you, I don't see domestic level being that good because I've had 6 fights and I've jumped up to, I think currently I'm 5th in the division. But then if you look at everyone, they're all older than me and they've all had 15, 13, 25, 30 fights, and I'm sitting 5th when I've only had 6. So it just shows that it's not that good of a level. I know it sounds disrespectful, but I'm just being honest. I've had less and I'm higher, so I don't feel like the domestic scene is that good.
Do you ever sort of, do you let experience get in your way though? You just said, you're a lot younger than the other guys, but, do you ever feel within yourself like no matter how many fights you've had, no matter, you could have sort of 10, 15 more fights than me, I'm still, you've had 6 and you're still being better than these guys?
Yeah, that's obviously experience comes into it, but last 2 fights that I've had, they're both like proper experience compared to me, but on the night you couldn't tell, could you? Like it looks like I've had more or whatever, but so now I don't care about experience. It means nothing. Like I only had 25 amateurs and I've had 6 pro, but you could spar someone that's had over 100 fights and you would never know. So I feel like it doesn't make that difference. Obviously everyone says, oh, he's done 10 rounds, he's done 10 rounds. I've done 2 10-rounders now, so I've done 10 rounds. There's no, oh look, he's only never done a 10-rounder, but I have. So there's no experience, like what you're at is where you're at now.
Yeah, just as we sort of wrap this up, look forward to a nice, well not really a holiday, but look forward to the Dubai trip next week.
Yeah, that's like obviously Harley's fighting. I need the training myself, but obviously Harley very supportive of me. He brings his family to my fights, so I feel like I wanted to go to the last one, but I was so engrossed in camp that I didn't go. So this time I said I'm gonna go. There's a few of us going, and it should be holiday / camp / hopefully Harley wins and we can have a good time. But Will's arranged for sparring out there with me and training. So for me, it was just still routine, still everything going as normal, just in another hot country, and we watched some fights.
Jordan, have a good time in Dubai, mate. Always a pleasure to sort of catch up with you and be at the gym. Thank you for your time, mate, and all the best on June 17th. Thank you, mate. Cheers.